In the world of high-stakes espionage, the most devastating weapons don't make a sound. They don't explode. They don't leave a footprint until they are already inside. It was 2008. A nondescript USB flash drive was plugged into a laptop at a US military base in the Middle East. It seemed like a routine action, but that single click initiated what would become the most significant breach of US military computers in history. This is the story of Agent.BTZ. A piece of code that forced the Pentagon to rewrite the rules of digital warfare. Agent.BTZ, also known as the autorun-based worm, wasn't just a virus. It was a masterclass in simplicity and persistence. Once it entered the system through that infected thumb drive, it didn't just sit there. It spread. Quietly, systematically. It jumped from unclassified systems to the SIPRNet, the secret Internet Protocol Router Network. This was the air-gapped, holy grail of military intelligence.
Copy 122.075, radio 2.
And Agent.BTZ had just walked right through the front door. The virus acted as a beacon. Once installed, it reached out to its masters, waiting for instructions. It was designed to scan drives, collect documents, and transmit them back to remote servers. But who was on the other end of the line? Researchers, including teams at Kaspersky and Mandiant, began to tear the code apart. What they found were digital fingerprints pointing toward a Russian origin. The code shared striking similarities with an older threat known as SILI, FDC. But this wasn't the work of a hobbyist. This was state-sponsored. The primary suspect? A group the world would come to know as Turla. The response from the United States was immediate and massive. They called it Operation Buckshot Yankee. Admiral Mike Mullen, then chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, was briefed daily. The Pentagon realized they were blind in their own house. To fight back, the Department of Defense did something unheard of at the time. They banned all USB flash drives. Completely. But the defense was only half the story. To truly neutralize the threat, the US had to look into the shadows. This is where the TAO, the NSA's Tailored Access Operations, and the newly formed US Cyber Command entered the fray. While the public saw a ban on hardware, behind the scenes, a digital counterinsurgency was unfolding. Cyber Command worked to map the virus's command and control infrastructure. They had to hunt the agent in the dark, identifying the servers in foreign countries that were receiving stolen American secrets. The legacy of Agent.BTZ changed everything. It was the catalyst for the creation of formal military cyber branches. It proved that a $5 piece of hardware could bypass a billion-dollar defense budget. The virus was eventually contained, but it never truly died. This DNA lives on in modern malware, evolving, waiting for the next time someone finds an unattended USB drive in a parking lot. In the digital age, the gates are never truly locked. Keep your systems updated. Keep your hardware guarded. And never trust a stranger's drive.
The file on Agent.BTZ is now closed. But the digital landscape is filled with many more stories hidden in the shadows. If you found this investigation valuable, support the channel by leaving a like.